What if I told you that some of the words you have been saying your entire English learning journey are wrong? Not the grammar, not the meaning, the actual sound of the word. And the scary part is nobody ever corrected you. Your teacher didn't catch it. Your friends didn't mention it. And you have been confidently saying it wrong for years. Today, we are going to fix that. We are covering 10 of the most commonly mispronounced English words. Words that learners from almost every country get wrong. And we are going to show you exactly how they are supposed to sound. Stay till the end, because number 10 surprises almost everyone. The first word is comfortable. Most learners say comfortabile for syllables, but native speakers actually say comfortabile, just 3 syllables. The middle is swallowed. The or almost disappears. Say it with me slowly, comfortabile. Now faster, comfortable. The second word is Wednesday. Most learners say exactly what they see Wednesday, but it is actually pronounced Wednesday. The D in the middle is completely silent. English does this a lot. The spelling and the pronunciation simply do not match. Wednesday, Wednesday. Next, February. Most people say February. The correct pronunciation is February. That R after February is important. Many learners skip it entirely. However, and this is interesting, many native speakers say February in casual speech. So both are widely accepted, but knowing the correct form always helps. February. February. This one shocks almost every learner. The word colonel, as in a military rank, looks like it should be pronounced colonel, but it is actually pronounced colonel. Yes, exactly like the word kernel, as in a kernel of corn. English borrowed this word from French and Italian centuries ago, and the pronunciation changed completely while the spelling stayed the same. Kernel, kernel. The word specifically trips up even advanced learners. Many people say specifically or specifically with the stress in the wrong place. The correct way, specifically. The stress lands on the second syllable sif. Specifically. Specifically. This one is worth practicing slowly because it comes up constantly in professional and academic conversations. Here is an ironic one. The word pronunciation, the very topic of this video, is itself one of the most mispronounced words in English. Most learners say pronoun because they connect it to the word pronounce, but the correct form is pronunciation. No oun, just un. Pronunciation. Pronunciation. The word close seems simple, but most non-native speakers add an extra syllable. They say clothes 2 syllables. Native speakers say close just 1 syllable, almost like the word close. The sound is there but very soft, and the yes at the end almost disappears. Close, clothes. Rural is famous for being one of the hardest words for non-native speakers to pronounce, and honestly, even native speakers find it tricky. Most learners say rural or rural with equal stress on both parts. The correct pronunciation is rural, 2 syllables. The stress is on the first. The second syllable is very short and soft. Rural, rural. Practice this one slowly. It is a tongue twister even in English. Most learners say vegetable as 4 syllables, vegetable. Native speakers compress it to 3 vegetable. The second E is swallowed completely in natural speech. Vegetable, vegetable. This is a great example of how native English compresses words in fast, natural speech, something learners rarely get taught in classrooms. And here is the one that surprises almost everyone. The word asked, simple past tense of ask. Many learners say asked or ask ed 2 syllables. The correct pronunciation is asked 1 syllable. The ed at the end sounds like a T, asked, asked. In English, when a verb ends in an unvoiced sound like K, the past tense ed is pronounced as a T, not as a separate syllable. This rule applies to many words: talked, walked, laughed, all end in a T sound, not ed. So why do so many learners mispronounce these words? 3 main reasons. First, English spelling lies. English is not a phonetic language. The way a word is written and the way it is spoken are often completely different. Colonel, Wednesday, February. The spelling gives you almost no clue about the real pronunciation. Second, you learned from reading, not listening. Most classroom English teaching focuses on text. You see the word written before you ever hear it spoken. So your brain builds a pronunciation based on the spelling, and that pronunciation sticks. Third, nobody corrected you. In many learning environments, teachers focus on grammar and meaning, not pronunciation. Small errors slip through and become habits. The good news: habits can be broken, and awareness is always the first step. Here are 3 things you can start doing today. Number 1, use a pronunciation dictionary. Websites like Cambridge Dictionary or Merriam-Webster let you hear the exact pronunciation of any word. Make it a habit to check before you use a new word. Number 2, record yourself. This is uncomfortable but powerful. Say a word, record it, then compare it to a native speaker. Your ear will catch what your mouth is doing wrong. Number 3, practice with minimal pairs. Minimal pairs are words that sound almost the same, but are slightly different, like ship and sheep, or bad and bed. Practicing these trains your ear and your mouth to hear and produce fine differences in sound. Pronunciation is a physical skill. Like any physical skill, it improves with deliberate, repeated practice, not just passive listening. So there you have it, 10 words you were probably pronouncing wrong. And now, you know exactly how to say them correctly. But here's the most important thing to remember: mispronouncing a word does not make you bad at English. It makes you a learner. Every single person who speaks English fluently today mispronounced words at some point. The difference between people who improve and people who stay stuck is simple: the people who improve keep going. They fix one word at a time. They stay curious. They never stop listening. So take these 10 words, practice them this week, and come back for the next episode where we go even deeper into the sounds of English. If this video was useful, share it with a friend who needs to hear it literally. Subscribe for more honest, practical English content, and we will see you in the next one.